guys, and welcome back to another Planet Zoo tour. Today I'm gonna do the Dunder Mifflin Zoo. This zoo is, first of all, I think Mifflin is probably spelled wrong. But this zoo, you can see it only has 48 animals, so it's pretty small, and it's in South America. This might have been the most recent file that I've played on. I remember that the Uncle Iroh Zoo is a zoo that I played on for a really long time, but eventually the zoo just gets so big and complicated that I kind of you lose track of reality and things get out of hand. Just the more people and the more staff and the more animals, and that's just true in life, the more staff you have, the harder it is. So and the more breeding groups that you have to keep track of, it just gets harder and harder. So, okay, weird. Yes, this is the most recent zoo that I was playing on. So you can see I started pretty small, I started pretty compact, and I tried to keep things pretty and modern right off the bat. So lots of trees, and I chose like some modern facade, starting with small animals, but animals that are popular. So in here it looks like we have a bobcat. One thing that I struggle to do is build exhibits just for display. I always build exhibits to breed animals, which isn't necessarily always necessary. It is okay to just build these zoos to display the animals and be able to watch them. So this exhibit I built literally to the specifications of having just one animal. I made it just enough of everything to fulfill his needs. And he's a really nice looking cat too, so this exhibit is very popular with the guests. And so that's kind of something that I was just practicing with this new save file. And it looks like I might have a path that's leading behind here, but I don't really see it connecting to anything. Maybe it's an old path that got deleted. But now we're just traveling. Looks like a restaurant is placed right here, and it looks really nice. I definitely downloaded this, or it came already, prefabricated in the game, but it's beautiful. I really like going on the Steam workshop and seeing what other people have built, because other people are just so much more talented than me, and have so much more like attention to detail and passion and stuff, and I really admire it. So I'm really happy when they're able to put it up for us all to use and borrow and hang out. This looks like a gorilla exhibit, and it looks pretty cool. I definitely didn't build this either, but I'm loving that I have leucistic or albino gorillas in here. I try to do great apes every now and again. I'm not the best at them, but they definitely have some of the most complex exhibitry that you can build. So yeah, I'm loving this treehouse up here. I think it's awesome. It looks relatively easy for them to get up in there. And so if it starts to rain or snow, I've noticed that in like inclement weather, a lot of the animals will run to the nearest shelter, and so it'd be really nice to see them kind of all congregate right there. It'd be very cute. And right across the road, another small exhibit. I've got two pangolins. It looks like they were breeding, but these ones are in storage. Oh, because there's a little baby. Yeah, these tiny little exhibits, you can just kind of tuck them anywhere. They don't have to be built anything special. They can just kind of be plopped just about anywhere. this always stresses me out when the pathways are always this crowded. But I haven't really figured out how to stop that. And it looks like here we have a relatively immersive exhibit. I did build this with a water ring and then a rock wall, and the shelter kind of tucked back there into the side. We got little baby hippos running around. So this is a very nice exhibit. I'm pretty proud of that, especially since I didn't, borrow anyone's pattern. I built that. And then this way, we've got the pea horses. One of my favorite zoo animals, a real bucket list animal if I could ever work at a zoo that has them, or be the zookeeper that takes care of them. I think that would be really, um, bucket list goals for me. I am also like in love with this barn. I did not build it, but I am in love with whoever did. I think it's perfection. It's perfect. This is what zoo barns, the new modern ones, this is what they look like. I've also worked in barns that are literally just horse stables and the doors are just really heavy. um, and you just let them out into their runs or into their paddocks or whatever you want to call them. And they'll run down these hallways out onto the exhibit that people can see. So this is a very nice, like, it reminds me of San Diego, um, or zoos like that, more on the West Coast. Midwest zoos, they gotta have these things kind of like this wouldn't be on a Midwest zoo. You'd have to be able to shut all of those doors and windows to keep it nice and warm in there in the wintertime. So, very beautiful. All right. For this way, we've got some shops. And then I had something going on here. I don't know what this was going to be. This is a prefab build. And this was, I built this as well, kind of to replicate the one on the other side of the hill. And it looks like we've got Baird's Taper over here. Hanging out, sleep. I remember this exhibit was giving me some trouble with the walkable space and whatnot, but still looks pretty. Easy to see the animals pretty much anywhere they are, but not so close that the animals are stressed out. So, and looks like I've got pathway going up and around here. I don't really. Oh, look, yep, stops right there, and I definitely put that thing there to stop people from continuing on, because this is supposed to be just for staff, but I don't know. Maybe I don't understand how it works properly. Here's another example of me liking to hide things underground. Looks like I have uh, an entrance onto that exhibit. Yep, an entrance onto the hippo exhibit, hidden underground. I like doing that kind of a thing. I think it's fun. And then we have a zookeeper, maybe the hospital. Yep, hospital, water treatment, and power. Um, this is one of the exceptions where I won't use the renewable energy. I'll use the generator, because underground you can't get the solar or the wind. Um, so this is kind of my cop out. Back outside. Trying anyway. Getting out of the caves is the hard part. Um, Looks like I was trying to start a new little center of operations over here. And I remember this is where I had the pea horses a while ago, but I abandoned it. For some reason, I think maybe because it was so laggy, I had some really weird things where like some glitches. where the horses weren't able to just like stand properly, and also they were using this part of the hill and just walking up onto the shelter. Which in the grand scheme of things, that's fine. It doesn't bother me, but I think we were getting like them trapped in this hole, and so there was a few other issues. Just whenever you build an exhibit on the hill, and these kinds of things just they flatten a piece of ground, and then you just get these weird ledges. So it looks like I abandoned this area at least for the short term, and I moved the pea horses down here, which is a lot easier for guests to get to and look at. Yeah, so this, if my memory serves, is the most recent file that I have been playing on. So I think just when you compare some of the other files we've already looked at together, I see a lot of improvement in myself here, but I also see me kind of just being in my old habits of like, um, not making things cohesive. You know, like these are very cohesive together. And the gorilla exhibit is nice, and all these palms kind of connecting all these exhibits. But my pet peeve that I do to myself is I put these giant concrete walls, and I hate the giant concrete walls. But you know, it's just so easy. You just throw them up, and then they're ready to go because they're not climbable, and so you just don't have to do too much thinking. You know, a lot of the other walls are quote unquote climbable. So if you don't pick the right ones, an animal can get out. So, but I see a lot of improvement. I do have a tendency to build something and then abandon it. There's two of them here already. But to be fair, I don't think I abandoned this one. I think I was in the process and um, stopped playing the game for a little while. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next tour. Bye.